AEW Dynamite took place last night from Huntsville, Alabama. In Alabama, you had some good old southern whipping, good southern lashing. You know, in the South, usually when you act up, parents sometimes punish their kids by beating them with belts. And we saw some of that in the South tonight. We saw a vicious whipping. Ooh, that was painful to watch. Anyway, well, that was the last segment. We'll get to that at the end. You started the show off with the Inner Circle come and go, which is Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, and Sammy Guevara joining the commentary team. They had Jon Moxley taking on Ortiz. Okay matchup. This was fine. Santana interfered after a match. Moxley hit the double arm DDT, and he got the pin on Ortiz, so Moxley obviously was going to win. After the match, however, Santana jumps Jon Moxley. Moxley fights him off, and then he pulls the keys from Chris Jericho's 4GT from his pocket, and he says an eye for an eye, and then he spikes Santana in the eye with the car key, which is crazy. He then leaves through the crowd, and Jericho, Hager, and Guevara run to the ring. And it was a good angle, good revenge angle for Moxley. You have Orange Cassidy come out with the best friends, and he's going up against SCU. Okay matchup. The Dark Order sucks, but that's not till the end. This match was a solid matchup here. SCU, I feel like they got their run as champs. They're just here to put guys over. They're more of the veterans. They'll probably be better off as agents at this point. The finish had Kazarian hit a destroyer on Trent Seven, and he pinned him. Trent Beretta and pinned him. After the match, however, the Dark Order runs in. They laid waste to the two teams. They had Orange Cassidy jump in the ring, and the Dark Order wants Orange Cassidy to join. I've never thought of a worse fit before. He refused. He beats him. They beat him up. However, Christopher Daniels comes out. He dared the Dark Order come after him, and they want him to join. So obviously, he's the fallen angel. They clearly are building towards Christopher Daniels becoming the new leader of the Dark Order. Wrestling was very good here. I think AEW is very good, actually, last few weeks. Britt Baker goes up against Yuka Sakazaki. Yuka Sakazaki. Sakazaki. It's not too hard to pronounce it. Sakazaki. Okay matchup. I think Yuka does that stupid, what is it? The Queen singer, Freddie Mercury. She does that whole gimmick, and it's okay. Match was decent. Britt Baker's not very good in the ring. It's just an okay match. I've noticed that. Britt Baker, I thought at first she was going to be the girl. She was going to be their top star, almost like their Becky Lynch, for instance. It's not happening. She was never going to be a star like her, but she was going to be the top girl when they signed her. They made a big deal of it. She's not. She's very average, I think. This was okay. They tried to get some heat. Yuka wins. However, what you had was Britt Baker after the match, after Yuka pins her with a crucifix. Britt Baker grabs the ring bell, and she used the ring bell on Yuka. And what happens is Yuka gets two of her teeth knocked out from the ring bell. So it was a good angle, and then she puts her mouth on the top rope and hits like a curb stop, almost like American History X. And she then uses the lockjaw on Yuka. They're trying to get heat on her. Not a huge fan. You had they go on a rant, Shivani and Ross on commentary. They go next to the 8-man tag. You have the Butcher, the Blade, accompanied by the Bunny, which is Ali, teaming up with Rey Fenix and Pentagon to go up against the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Hangman Page. And this was probably the best match of the night. One of the best matches I've seen in AEW on AEW Dynamite. Maybe the best. This was a fantastic wrestling match. This was great, very entertaining, went back and forth. They're clearly building towards dissension between Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, and Hangman Page going to be the catalyst. I assume it most likely ends, however, with Hangman Page turning on Kenny Omega, and it leads to a singles match rather than a tag team match. At first, I assume it'll lead to Omega having a fallout with the Young Bucks, Not as big as the follow Dave Meltzer had with Jim Cornette on Twitter tonight, but it'll lead to them having a follow, by the way, which was caused by the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. Had to tie that in. That's pretty embarrassing, seeing those two old guys go back and forth. The way they're talking to each other, it's sad. They've been friends for like 20 years. You just read it. You read the way Meltzer's saying, the stuff Cornette's saying. Jesus Christ, it's pretty sad. It's like really, like 80, how old are they? 60s? They're probably both in their 60s now, 50s. They're acting like that. Okay. Getting back to this match, Ali did very good. She's always very beautiful as a bunny. I think she's great as a blonde, I have to say. Match was fantastic. Paige, we all know the chemistry that the Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks had. They had fantastic matches, a series of great matches. They had that great the ladder match at All Out, which was fantastic. This was a very entertaining match. Things went bonkers. You had a lot of destroyers, too much. I hate the destroyers. I hate the fact that they do them. It's just they do it so much to the point where it means nothing anymore. I hate that it's a setup move. And P.D. Williams even spoke out about this. There was a lot of V-triggers by Omegas and a V-trigger party. Of course, he had a whole bunch of super kick party. There was just insanity. There's dives. There was thrillers. Was a hell of a matchup here. You saw some really good double team moves by Pentagon and Phoenix, and they are a bit more realistic in their maneuvers now in their wrestling. I think Chris Jericho called them out if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, what happens is Pentagon, he pins Hangman Page for the win, and after the match, however, there was a lot of trouble between the elites. Page argues with the groups, and he left, and he drank beer with the fans. I thought this was actually very good. I think they're clearly setting something up. I mean, I don't watch Being the Elite, so I don't pay much attention to that show, but they're clearly doing this to hype up that Being the Elite show and stuff like that. Eventually, will lead to somewhere. But I thought it was very good. We come back from break. Tony Schiavone's in the ring with Kenny Omega. Pac is shown on the screen, and he's interviewing. He's interviewed by Lexi, the hot blonde. I guess Jen's gone. Jen. I love Jen, though. Important. No more Jen. But we saw her leaks. Jesus Christ. Anyway, I didn't know Jen was even involved with Brett Favre, the quarterback. I did not know that. Anyway, so no more Jen, I guess. Lexi, say. I like Lexi. Pac's there. And then we see Rio is in the same room with him. He's threatening Rio. And then Pac says he's going to have a contract signing with Omega, but Omega ruined it, and he wants a match. And Omega eventually says yes. And I don't know, are Omega and Rio a couple? They kind of tease it. Anyway, Pac says he's a bastard, but not a beast. He won't attack a woman, and he wants the match with Omega. However, we see Nyla Rose. She kills Rio. She powerbombs her, but the table does not break because Rio is so small. She can't even break the table. And they announce Rio against Nyla Rose for the title next week. I think Nyla Rose takes the belt. I think it's time. I think it's better. Rio, I like her. I'm not a huge fan of Nyla Rose, but I like Rio a lot. She's not there. She's just not that good. I mean, she's really small. I still think they did really poorly. I'm worried about her once she loses the belt. And they also announced it's Omega and Paige against SCU for the tag against Omega and Paige against SCU next week. So you had Kip Sabian against Joey Janela. So all I can think about is Penelope Ford. Holy fuck, Penelope Ford's hot. Like, this is ridiculous. She might be the hottest woman. I don't know, like between her, Mandy, Alexa, Scarlett Bordeaux, Jesus Christ, that's all I know, the blondes, but she's insanely, it's distracting how hot she is. It takes away from the match, and like, she is so fucking hot. You just see Penelope Ford, Jesus fucking Christ, she's hot. She's wearing leather, and of course we see her ass, which is great. And with her legs exposed, and she's, again, it's distracting anyway. And her high heels, that was nice. So what happens is she's interfering in a match. The whole thing's Joey Janela and her are broken up, and Kip Sabian's with her now. They do a spell where her and Kip Sabian kiss. In the end, she's on the apron, and what happens is Joey Janela runs into her. She falls to the ground. She hurts her ankle, sprains it basically. And then Kip Sabian, however, pins up, rolls up Joey Janela 1, 2, 3 with the schoolboy. Kip Sabian with the win, and he helps Penelope Ford to the back after the match, so she helps him get the win. They had Jericho with the promo backstage with all the Inner Circle, and of course Santana cut a long promo and he has his eye taped up. Young Bucks confront Hangman Page backstage and want to know what's going on. Again, I guess more drama for being the Elites, and I don't know. I guess they're doing something with his drinking problem, Hangman Page. They announced Santana against Moxley next week, and they announced a tag team battle royal announced 2 weeks from tonight in Atlanta. And then they announced Pac and Omega will have a 30-minute Iron Man match 3 weeks from tonight. So I guess that's not the pay-per-view. Dustin Rhodes cuts a promo. He talks about MJF and Cody, and then of course MJF and Wardlow come out to the ring, and Cody then enters last, and of course is the main event lashing. Cody takes his shirt off, and first lash, MJF hits him once. Cody fires up, and then some heels come to the stage to watch. You see the Butcher, you see the Blade, you see the Bunny, you see Sammy Guevara, Britt Baker, and Kip Sabian watch. I guess they're all enjoying it. MJF hits another belt strike, and then Arn Anderson tries to come there for moral support. Dustin even tries to take the remaining lashes for Cody. The Bucks run down. Then there's a third one. The Bucks start to run down, ask him to stop. Cody is in pain. And then, of course, a fourth one and a fifth one, and just it kept going on and on. Eventually, when we get to 8, it's so brutal. His whole back is well up. He gives it to the Wardlow, the 6'5" Wardlow, and he gives him the hardest lash you'd ever see, and Cody collapses. He keeps collapsing. That 9th one was the sickest. And then Cody finally gets moral support from Brandy Rose. She tells him, "You can do this." He finally stands up one more time, and he gets one straight to the chest by MJF, and that's it. He survives. Cody survives the angle. He survives the lashes, and he gets it. So Cody will face MJF, I think, at the pay-per-view. After it, he's able to stand up. MJF hits him with a low blow, and him and the Wardlow retreat to the crowd. Cody stands up, and he sets up the match. I thought this was a great angle. I thought it was fantastic. A great old-school Southern angle in the South. Fantastic angle. Loved it, and I thought this was a very good show. So I thought Dynamite was damn good tonight. I really enjoyed it.